Dean, how fulfilling is a win like that against a team that I think looks really good and probably going to be one of the better teams this season?
Yeah, they are. They're really good, and kind of talked about it at halftime. After a good first quarter, they say this is might be the best team that we've played, along with Tassie. That they're going to make a run back at us. It's going to be a little bit different tonight, and I think the pleasing part about it is, there's no preparation games. We come in and we watch 5 minutes of video before the game, and that's how you prepare for these Friday night, Sunday doubles. And we watched, 6 minutes in the airport, in the lounge, found a little corner somewhere, and then our coverages are totally different to our base coverages tonight. And so, that's the pleasing part. We've got such a high IQ group that we can just throw something out there that we haven't practiced, to absolute detail, and slowed them down a little bit. So that's where I'm at with this group. Is they just tell us what you want us to do, and we'll go do it. And if it's not working, we'll go to the next one. And anytime you get a double win on a weekend, it's really pleasing.
What do you think happened in that second quarter? They got into a rhythm. It was just complete night and day from that first quarter you guys had defensively.
Yeah, I think we protected the paint unbelievably. First quarter, they were probably under 20% in the paint, and then that kind of really flipped on its head in the second quarter. And Will's, everyone knows how talented he is in the on ball, and I thought his decision making was amazing through a little period, through that one. But we made errors. We had turnovers. They got out and ran on us, and all night, anytime they 17 points off turnovers. We took care of the ball a little bit better in the second half. But Cheatham's a beast. Shot the ball well. Tough off the bounce, and so he was a problem all night. They got talented imports, and we were lucky enough to take care of their local talent fairly well.
We saw Jo get a lot of the ball toward the end of the game. Seems like you're still sort of incorporating him, and it almost feels as though you're almost at a point where he's going to be the go-to guy more consistently. Where are you in that process?
Yeah, I think it's, we're just trying to get his, absolute fitness at, the highest level possible to play him in how long a stretches we can play him in. And so, Ariel's been playing so well. I thought he had another good night tonight, and he had that fourth foul, and we bring Jo in, and straight away the boys go to him, and he delivered. And people are going to have to do things. They're going to have to stop him catching it, or they're going to have to double him. And how well he's able to pass out of that was same with Landale when he went through that period of people doubling him and different things. Jo's going to, and we have to be good enough as a coaching staff to try and find ways to get him the ball quickly without double teams coming, and at different times when the double comes, where we release the ball and how we move it after that. But thought he made a couple of key passes out as well. And we can't not talk about CG's couple of threes down the stretch that were pretty incredible.
Jo, they really weren't doubling tonight. Were you surprised with that coverage?
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I think they tried a little bit in the first half, but they didn't get to it. And then second half, we did a good job of trying to manipulate the play that we needed to do, and kind of just took what I saw.
Where do you feel you are physically? How far away are you from sort of getting to your peak?
I think it's going to take time. I've been out for so long, and it's like the first real injury I've had, and it's like a pretty major injury as well. So I need time. But with that being said, I'm very appreciative of Steve, Nick, Jay. Those guys were just so amazing and helping me with my rehab, and they're part of the reason why, or big reason why I was able to come back earlier than what initially was said.
You spoke a bit about your passing and passing out of the post and all that. What's it like with the talent around you, knowing that when you do pass out of the post, you do have someone like CG or Illy or LT knocking down shots, or Ian and all these guys? Yeah,
and that's kind of like the go-to guy thing. I don't think it's a thing. I think it's just whoever's going that night, we go to them. And I'm just a basketball player. Obviously I'm wired to score, but I'm more I'm a willing passer. If I see somebody open, I want to pass. And it's an area of my game that I want to focus on to get better at. And I'm just looking forward to continuing just kind of showing that part of my game.
Dean, Clark and Goldie 8 from 10 from 3 today, I suppose. How is it to have those two at your disposal from your yard?
Yeah, the lowest number of attempts on three ball that we've had for the year. I think we've been second in the league at about 32 or something like that attempts, and so credit New Zealand's defence for how well they did guard in the 3-point line, and as you saw, some of those were heavily contested. Those guys are amazing shooters, but yeah, I look at that one and say, how do we get more quality threes, and how do we find areas to get CG more than 8 shots tonight, and but yeah. Both of them, when they get open, you feel like it's in, and Ian's really added that punch to us, and I thought he handled his 30 minutes better than he's starting to grow in his fitness level as well. So really positive signs there.
And Joe, how good is it to be in front of this United crowd once again? Obviously, first time for the season. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. I feel like we have the best fans in the league. So yeah, they really gave us a good punch today.
Dean, it was an incredible point guard battle today, but Shea obviously had to grind it out at the end without Dally in the game today. How important was he, particularly down the stretch when Parker went off in foul trouble?
Yeah, I thought both games over this weekend, Shea just took a massive step forward in just owning the last part of the game and putting the ball in his hands and directing where he wanted people, and putting his feet in the paint, made a big floater, down the stretch there, and just understood the timing of what needed to happen. And then obviously we were a fair bit of switching tonight with a lot of people, and Shea walks into the timeout, it's like, I'm done with switching, just let me lock in and guard somebody. And they're the kind of leadership qualities that maybe you don't see at different times, but he wants to continue to take those battles on, and he was great tonight.
Luke produced a superb first half, didn't he? Was that his best half of the game for you guys?
Yeah, there's still 3 or 4 moments in every game that we keep talking about him. I need you to be more aggressive there. I need you to go dunk that one. I need and so if we keep sending those kind of messages to him, we'll continue to see high level performances for him. But I thought the second half in Wollongong, he really took it over the first half tonight, and once we combine those kind of halves, he's going to be trouble.
CG only had 2 field goal attempts in the first half. Is there any concern that maybe you're not finding him enough, or are you comfortable with sort of where the processes are offensively for you guys?
Yeah, when I'm not sure of our record, but any time we get him 10 3-point attempts, there's been a pretty good correlation to winning. So we look at that at every game and say, did we find him 10 quality threes? Did he hunt 10 threes? And so part of it's on him to continue to move, and sometimes when he's played in a top block and they're making it hard for him, sometimes he'll just allow himself to be a decoy, which is fine, to get others involved, and then we have to continue to push some plays to get him shots. So there's no concern there. We just got to make sure that there's a good rhythm when he hasn't had touches for a while about how we get him going.
Joe, you obviously played with Hub 40 in his first season. How have you seen his growth now playing with him in his third year here?
Yeah, I mean, he's a beast. I think you guys have all seen it. But yeah, just watching him grow, seeing how much he takes care of his body off the court as well. Like, he's taking tremendous steps on that side of things. And think Dino was talking to him and telling the group just the patience that he has now that he plays with. He's just seems much more calmer in the chaos of the game and is able to make the right decisions. So yeah.
Yeah, Dean, that was probably first time at home that you've actually the team has finished really well after 2-3 home games where it's collapsed. Is that something that you have been working on the last couple of weeks?
Collapse is a harsh word, but no, we haven't. People we've had heavy leads, and teams have come back with nothing to lose, and certainly we've spoken about those moments about being better in them, and the Tassie one is the one that I think back the most of, to say we needed to be much better, and we learnt from it, and I think there's been growth in there about how we close out games and what are some key plays and where do we want the basketball and what do we do defensively. So obviously a 2-point game going into the fourth, a little bit different situation to those games, and pleasing to have 33 in the fourth quarter and get the win.
And for both of you, how important is to have multicultural round, especially have so much diverse within the team for both you to answer?
Yeah, I'll let Joe speak on this one.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Like, we have a huge melting pot of just different cultures, and it's great that different cultures are being celebrated. This is a round that is very special to me, being able to represent my background, being a South Sudanese male. It's something that I don't take for granted, and feel very privileged to be able to put this jersey on.